I have a patient who is 15 years of age, 1'5", and if we look at her x-rays, once they're loaded, you can see that we have this gnarly canine here. Okay, this number 11 US or 23 international. So it's been retained, okay, it's in the palate. So what you're looking at here is the canine sitting palatally. You see a lump here. If you look, right now this image is inverted, but if you look, this is the lump where that canine was sitting. Earlier I showed you the panel and you saw it in 2 dimensions. Here we're looking at it clinically. If you notice, number 12 and number 10 are both present, but there's no room for number 11. So I was able to expose the tooth. When I exposed it, I was able to use a 9mm coil, closed coil spring, lashed it onto a bracket, and we brought it buccally. Using a rectangular stainless steel wire. Okay, these are just little tricks and tips that we got over here. Orthodontics is about physics and improvising, so that's what we do. We added composite here on the wire with a V-shaped band to lock this in place so that the coil doesn't move. This open coil is putting pressure on this composite to help distalize this number 12, while this closed coil right here is helping buccalize the tooth and bring it in line. Currently, I'll show you what the tooth is looking like clinically, because we're going to do a surgical window and we're going to place a bracket on the buccal of the upper left 3 and bring it into line. So here we have the tooth with the lingual bracket, okay, wrapped around the wire with the power chain. This is what I did about 2 weeks ago. Okay, the open coil is still in effect. I removed the closed coil spring because the tooth is already, it's moved, it's close by. So now what I'm going to do is remove some of the gingiva, expose the buccal part of the upper left 3, place a bracket, and we're probably going to use a piggyback system, incorporating 2 wires, maybe an 016 rectangular with an 014 round Niti, and then just probably bring this one down while keeping all these in line. So let's get started. got our bracket in place. Okay. We are going to place a 2-wire system, also known as a piggyback system. There you have it. There's the final product. Surgical window to expose the upper left 3. Again, we place the bracket. I'm using a small, light, vertical 1/4 elastic, upper 3 to lower 3/4. We're using a piggyback system on the maxillary, 018 round 9 tie upper, with an 014 round 9 tie upper engaged on the upper left 3. And we're going to slowly start to extrude that tooth into occlusion. Alright?
Your health is your wealth. I'm doing my job to alleviate that gingival throb. I'm straight flossing. May the floss be with rinse. It should be teammates for the better cause. We gotta correct these flaws. It's something that I deal with on a daily. It's topics that remain a little hazy or grainy, or when explained it's rather vaguely on how our healthcare system hasn't changed for the better since the early 80s.